Oh, you guys, you are not going to believe the absolute firestorm that has just been ignited, and honestly, it is about time someone lit the match because the smoke has been choking us for years. I'm sitting here, tea in hand, absolutely reeling from what we just witnessed, and I know you are too because the pictures are there, the jokes are landing, and the silence from the Sussex camp is so loud it's practically deafening. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about the moment the world stopped laughing with them. Not that they ever really were, and started laughing at the crumbling facade of the so called Duchess of Deceit. You saw it, I saw it, the entire world saw it. Saturday Night Live, of all places, finally grew a backbone, and Colin Yost, bless him, dropped a line that felt less like a joke and more like a diplomatic truth bomb. He stands there, deadpan as ever, and says that Donald Trump's new trade deal with the UK is simple: America keeps Meghan Markle. Now, I know you guys are excited for more, but before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, I mean, come on, guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, boom, the audience erupted. But it wasn't just laughter, was it? It was that deep, guttural roar of recognition. It was the sound of millions of people collectively exhaling because finally, someone on a major, liberal, mainstream platform said the quiet part out loud. We don't want her. The UK doesn't want her. Nobody wants the headache, the drama, the endless victimhood. But beneath that joke lies a much darker, much more fascinating reality that has sent the internet into an absolute frenzy. Because when you crack a joke like that, you invite scrutiny. And oh boy, did the scrutiny arrive. Suddenly, the floodgates opened. We aren't just talking about a failed podcast or a jar of jam anymore. We're talking about the Yacht Girl era. We are talking about the pictures that have resurfaced from the depths of the internet. Pictures that completely obliterate the humble, struggling actress narrative Meghan has been force feeding us for a decade. Let's look at the facts, or rather, let's look at the photos that Meghan probably wishes she could scrub from existence with a giant digital eraser. We have heard the "I was just a hardworking girl on Suits" speech. We've heard the sob stories about salad bars and broken cars. But then you look at these photos from 2014, 2015, way before Prince Harry was even a blip on her radar, and what do you see? You don't see a struggling actress. You see a woman lounging on multi-million-dollar super yachts, clinking crystal champagne flutes with men in expensive suits, cruising through turquoise waters that most of us only see on screensavers. She looked comfortable. She looked experienced. She looks like the VIP yacht queen that the Whispers have always claimed she was. And the question screaming in everyone's mind is, how? How does a cable TV actress, a Z-lister at best, get invited to these exclusive billionaire playground floating palaces? You don't just stumble upon a super yacht. You don't just walk down the dock at St. Tropez and get waved aboard because you have a nice smile. That world is gated, it's guarded, it's curated by people with immense power and very specific tastes. You have to be invited, you have to be brought in, and this is where the narrative starts to stink like day old fish. Meghan wants us to believe she was naive, that she didn't know anything about high society, that she didn't know who Prince Harry was, that she was just a simple girl who fell in love. But these photos prove she was operating in the highest, most exclusive, and frankly some of the seediest circles on the global elite long before our poor, dim-witted prince. She wasn't an outsider, she was a seasoned pro. She knew exactly how to navigate a room full of powerful men, exactly how to pose on the deck of a boat owned by someone whose name we probably aren't allowed to say, and exactly how to play the game. And speaking of playing the game, let's talk about the players. Let's talk about the names that keep popping up in the shadows of these yacht trips. Marcus Anderson, Soho House. Does that ring a bell? It should, because whenever there's Meghan, there's Marcus, the man who seemingly holds the keys to her entire social climb. He's the one who reportedly inserted her into these circles, who introduced her to the right people in Toronto, who facilitated the blind date that ruined the British monarchy. But it goes deeper. The internet detectives, who, by the way, are doing better journalism than the entire mainstream media combined, are connecting dots that are frankly terrifying. We're hearing whispers about Prince Andrew. We're hearing whispers about the late disgraced Jeffrey Epstein and his associates. We are hearing names like Virginia Giuffre being mentioned in the same breath as Meghan's past. Why isn't anyone questioning this? Why is the mainstream press, the Daily Mail, the BBC, why are they all terrified to touch this story? It's because it's too close to the bone. Is it because they're exposing Meghan's past connections? that would inevitably drag down members of the royal family who might have been caught in the same web? We know Prince Andrew's in the muck. We know he has been disgraced, but the rumors have always swirled that Meghan knew Andrew before she met Harry. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if the woman Harry married, the woman he blew up his life for, was actually an acquaintance of his uncle through these dark yachting circles? It would explain so much, wouldn't it? It would explain the weird tension, the bizarre interactions, the look on Harry's face when she wrote in spare about seeing Meghan curtsy to the Queen. Was he wondering, deep down, if she was acting? Or did he have a sudden flash of recognition? A sick feeling in his stomach that he had been played by a woman who knew the game better than he did. It is absolutely cruel when you think about it. Harry, the unemployed dude who lives with his grandma, as the joke went, thought he was rescuing a damsel. He thought he was saving a naive, innocent woman from the big bad media. But in reality, he was the mark. He was the ultimate prize for a woman who had spent years climbing the ladder, rung by rung, yacht by yacht, party by party. He wasn't the savior, he was the exit strategy. And now, stuck in Montecito, isolated from his family, stripped of his dignity, and reduced to a prop in her failing reality show, I think he knows. I think the silence we are seeing from him is the silence of a man who has realized he married a mirage. He sees the photos too, he hears the jokes. He sees Trump calling her nasty and implying he knows things about her past. And he has to sit here and wonder, who is this woman sleeping next to me? Because that is the core of the betrayal, isn't it? It's the editing. Meghan Markle didn't just live a life, she curated a lie. She ran the TIG, posting pictures of avocado toast and flowers, creating this wholesome, earthy, relatable image, while simultaneously living a secret life of jet setting luxury funded by mysterious connections. She sold us the hardworking LA girl while living the VIP yacht queen reality. It's a fraud. It's a brand built on smoke and mirrors, and now the mirrors are shattering. We are seeing the messy, ugly truth underneath. The glow up that no one approved of wasn't natural. It was engineered, and the SNL joke was the first sledgehammer to the glass house she built. And look at the reaction, or lack thereof. Where is the denial? Where is the lawsuit? Meghan sues everyone. She sues newspapers for printing letters. She sues over copyright. She threatens legal action if you look at her sideways. But on this? On the yacht rumors? On the Epstein adjacency? On the Marcus Anderson connections? Crickets. Absolute total silence. And we all know what that means. In the court of public opinion, silence when you are accused of something this specific usually means you don't want to start a fight where the evidence might come out in discovery. She is terrified. She knows that if she pushes this, if she tries to clap back at Colin Youst or the internet sleuths, the more photos will drop, the more stories will leak. The people she discarded on her way up, the friends, the family, the ex husband, they're all watching, and they all have receipts. She burned bridges because she thought she was untouchable. She thought becoming a duchess wiped the slate clean. She thought the royal family's protection meant her past was buried in a vault somewhere, never to be seen again. But she forgot one thing. She left the royal family. She spat in their faces. She rejected the very institution that was keeping her secret safe. And now, she's out in the cold without a palace PR machine to kill stories for her. She's vulnerable, and the wolves are circling. The internet is loving every second of it, not because we are mean, but because we value truth. We value authenticity, and Meghan Markle is the antithesis of authenticity. She is a walking, talking fabrication, a character she plays badly, and the audience is finally walking out of the theater. It brings into focus just how brainwashed Harry really is, or was. Remember that line in Spare where he asks if the person standing next to the Queen is a servant? It shows his level of oblivion, but it also hints at something darker, a willful blindness. He wanted to believe the fairy tale because the reality was too painful to face. He wanted to believe he was a knight in shining armor, not just the latest and biggest stepping stone for a woman who had been stepping on men to get ahead for years. But now, with the money drying up, the contracts getting canceled, and the ridicule becoming global, the blinders are coming off. He has to look at her and see the cold calculation in her eyes. He has to wonder why she was friends with Eugenie so early on. He has to wonder why she knew so much about the royal workings while claiming she didn't Google anything. The math doesn't math, Harry, and deep down in the quiet of that soulless Montecito mansion, he knows it. The media needs to step up. I'm calling them out right now. Daily Mail, GB News, Talk TV, stop dancing around it. Stop using euphemisms. Put the photos on the screen, ask the hard questions, ask about the time gaps, ask about the funding, ask about the connections to Soho House and what really goes on there. We deserve to know. The British public who paid for her wedding deserves to know. The American public who is currently stuck with her deserves to know. Why are we protecting a woman who has done nothing but attack our traditions and mock our values? Is the fear of litigation so strong that it overrides the duty to tell the truth? Or is the web complicity so wide that pulling one thread unravels the whole sweater? Whatever the reason, the dam is breaking. You can feel it. The SNL joke was just the first crack. The water is rushing through, and soon the whole wall is going to come down. Meghan can try to rebrand, she can sell jam, she can launch another lifestyle blog, she can change her name to Duchess of Sussex legally, practically or spiritually. It doesn't matter. The image is tainted. The internet never forgets, and the internet has the receipts. We see the yacht photos, we see the fake smile, we see the ambition that stripped a prince of his family and his dignity, and we are not buying what she is selling anymore. So let them try to spin it. Let them try to distract us with another paparazzi chase or a staged charity event. It won't work. The narrative has shifted permanently. Meghan Markle isn't the victim, she is the villain of her own story. A story of hubris and greed that is reaching its inevitable, tragic climax. And as for us, we will be right here, watching, reporting, and laughing along with the rest of the world as the trade deal of the century, America, keeps Meghan, becoming the punchline that defines her legacy. She wants to be famous? Well, honey, you're famous now. But not for the reasons you wanted. You're famous for the grift, you're famous for the lie, and you're famous for the spectacular fall that is happening right before our eyes. What do you guys think? Is Harry finally waking up to the yacht girl past? Do you think the mainstream media will ever have the guts to publish the full story? And seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you love that SNL joke? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button if you stand with William and Catherine, and subscribe so you don't miss a single second of this royal reality check. We are just getting started, friends. The truth is coming, and it's going to be glorious. Ta-ta, and bye for now.